we go.
All right, everybody, so welcome to another episode of the In Layman Terms podcast. No fluffs, just facts. My guest today is Tom McNamara. He is broker, real estate broker, investor, and much more. So the last house we won the Parade of Homes with, I had to do the same thing.
Okay.
My demo company came in, did all the work for them. They had to go to the court hearing in Polk County, and the judge wiped everything away.
Yeah.
$100,000.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Those are just code violations,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep.
So code generally, I don't think I've ever seen one hold on to it when a new owner takes over.
But you want the old owner to take care of it for you.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
We got a lot closing in 2 weeks, and the people, Zephyrhills is the hottest manufactured home market in Florida right now.
Oh, interesting.
Hottest. If you go 6 months and 3 miles, 300 active pending sold, 2/3 of them is pending and sold. 10 are 2015 or newer. 4 of those sales are mine. Top 4. Okay?
Yeah.
We're doing anything to get back into that market.
Wow.
So these people have a lot, got it under contract for $20,000 on the MLS. There's a hair to it though, right? Because and there's no impact fees because there's supposed to be a manufactured home there.
It's just gone.
They removed it without getting a permit.
Oh.
So I offered to do it, but I said, hey, it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks. That's permitting. And I'm going to charge you $3,000 because that's my holding cost.
Right.
So they did it themselves. Okay. Took 8 weeks. Okay. Either way, we're going to close in a week or 2 on it. But think about it. I got a $20,000 lot. I saved $18,000 in impact fees. And it was on the MLS. Everyone walked away from it because of the hair to it.
It's almost like getting it for free.
I believe that you just hit the. That's how I look at it. We got. Remember, I told you I was going at price points. I bought 2 lots in Holiday from a wholesaler for $45,000. Didn't even haggle. One had a home. One, the home was just tore down. Impact fees are $18,000. Save them. I'm able to put down 1,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, brand new septic, city water. You are 35 minutes to Tampa. You're right on 19. Okay, no flood zone, no issues, $200,000 homes, and be profitable.
Wow.
Close on the first lot in January. That home has been down for 2 weeks already. Okay? Because there was nothing wrong. You know, you and I have a deal together, and everything went wrong.
Yeah.
Septic just got finally signed off on.
Oh.
You know what they maybe put down? 3 times the amount of sod would make them happy. Well, will you sod the whole lot? I'm like, dude, I'll sod it to your doorway if you just sign
I'll
off.
sod your lot.
Yeah. Because you know what the difference was? $1,000.
Yeah.
I'm paying you more than $1,000.
Yes,
But you know
are.
that we had to go to a hearing on that. I think I told you, right?
A little bit, yeah.
So never trust the government, even when it's in writing. We have it. So process. Get a lot. And I showed you the folder in the beginning. Hey, I can put a mobile home here. There is one. We're going to tear it down. It's going to be beautiful, da-da-da-da-da, right? 2 weeks before delivery in May, they say, we made a mistake. You can't put a new home here. Single family only. What? But we have it in writing. So then I didn't use Joe. I got a different lawyer, one from the county, first of all, where I'm having the argument because he knows everybody.
Because he knows the judges.
Right. So then we went to the hearing in July, and the planner was on our side, too. Yep, made a mistake. They admitted it. Now, if we came in from out of town with everybody, would they? Probably not. He's like, oh, I know Bob over there, and Jimmy Boy went to high school. You know how that
right.
is. That's
Oh,
why we
yeah.
hire local.
Yep.
And then they said, oh, okay, fine, yeah, you can put a manufactured home, but your permit's expired. Go back through it again. Okay. But I still looked at what we're under contract for. I'm going to make money still
Nice.
on that deal. You're making more than me.
Hey.
But you know what? I'm okay with that. Okay? Because now we have a different rule for that now.
Right.
One is I'm not buying up there either. Okay? But that's part of it, for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, I have one of those I just did as well that I was happy to get out of it without making any money, and my lender made all the money.
Yeah.
You know, I got stuck in something that I've never experienced before. Post closing, one of the heirs from an estate made a mistake to claim. Post closing, and claimed fraud. And so when they claimed fraud, it put title into question.
Yep.
I could no longer resell the property.
Yep.
Had to sit on it for a year and a half.
Yep.
And then the person that made the claim ran out of money, couldn't pay her lawyer anymore, and gave up. And so it just cost me 20 grand. That's all.
But the interest, well, I don't know if you have a lender on it or not. But
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they do. Look, Colleen's one of my lenders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we had a deal, and when the home was delivered, the manufacturer didn't put in an HVAC duct. And then the Duke has all these new timelines, right? So I ended up holding it for 11, 12 months, right? And then I just wanted to dump it anyway, right? Because I have another lot. I'm not going to start this one to sale until I get done with this one.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, Tom, you could pay me less. No, I'm going to pay you everything. She made like 20 grand, whatever it was, right? Mm-hmm. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, that's why I have 30 projects, though.
Right.
Like, people don't realize we don't put the eggs in the basket.
Right.
Not all of them.
Right. No.
Okay? And because all she did was roll it over to another project.
Sure.
She can't. It's in her. She never had a self-directed IRA. She was doing everything out of her LLC.
Oh.
I told her to call you, but I don't know if she did or not. But now she has self-directed.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, don't listen. Go put money over there. Lend it from there. You've been around our world for so long, and you just love giving the government 30% or something. I mean, and she's like, would I save that much? It's like,
oh my gosh.
I know. Think about how long have you known her, and she never had. Now she has it. And that's where she's lending from now.
Right.
Because she's like, is it really tax-free? Yeah, if you do it the correct way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I said, you know Tom Mack, call him. You're the expert in that area. Yeah. But don't use Inspira either.
Oh my gosh, I got to get away from those guys.
Yeah.
I talked to Greg about that the other day. I have one property that I own that's still in my IRA with them, and I need to bite the bullet and do a quick claim and
just
move it over to somebody else.
Did he tell you that they misplaced $1 million of his at one point?
Yeah.
And then to show you I don't know you, but I know me would have been crazy. He got on a plane, went to South America to ride motorcycles for a month. And that's where he got that. He almost ran over an alpaca, right? But so calm about it. He's like, yeah, they'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
I'm like, so you're not on a plane to Chicago, burn the building down and everything?
Well, we do all have the cell phone of the guy that kind of runs that department of Inspira. So we do have the direct line.
Okay.
So
there was a woman up there who she was the go-to person. I had her in Chicago. She doesn't work in that division anymore, but she's in that office. She'll get things done.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
Just Barbara?
Yeah. Oh, amazing lady.
Yeah, it's really sad that company was so great and I said
they grew too quick.
I've been through this acquisition merger thing in my prior life multiple times, and it's always painful, but it should get done, and it just doesn't seem to be getting done.
But they bought 3 trust companies at the
Yes.
same time.
Okay.
And you just can't absorb that.
Well, like I said, one of the telecom companies that I worked for bought 12 in 2 years.
Yeah.
And each of those 12 had at least bought one other.
Okay.
Within 12 months prior.
Yep.
So we're merging 24, 30 companies. There's
no way.
It was a bloodbath.
There's no way. Yeah.
It was disgusting. And
Yep.
it was about 2.5, 3 years of just hard slogging, and it never got perfect, but it got a lot better.
I just think that, I look at it as when I get through 6 months owning something, if it's not viable without me, I start to look at the exit now, okay? Because, one of my companies, I'm like, I'm meeting with, the guy from SunWest on Monday to figure things out because it's not working the way it should in some ways. He's the number 3 guy in the company. He's coming to Tampa for something. We have a meeting set on it because it's taking too much of my time they're too big into the AI. They don't know how to read a closing disclosure.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. And you can't send a first-time home buyer sticker shock disclosures back to back to back.
No.
And they're just their processes are so AI-driven that they don't check it. And, they even when you hey, by the way, taxes and insurance is not going to be $133 a month. So you need to, because then, when it comes back at 400, and they're capped out, it's about right, 350 to 400, until your homestead, they're probably out of the price point now.
Right.
Okay? And now we go all the way to the end. It's like, now look, every county in Florida has that trim calculator. Why don't you use it?
So, interesting point. Pretty sure that the state passed this one. One of the few things that they did during the legislative session. new rule for any website, any public-facing website. They are going to have to show you the new taxes, not the current taxes.
Okay.
So you have a resale property where, or even yours, where it was a vacant lot, the taxes were $62.
Yeah.
Right. And now you're going to put a home on there. Guaranteed, it's not going to be $62. It's going to go up to $3,000 or $4,000 for the year.
Yep.
Well, now on those websites, they're going to have to show the new one. I don't know how they're going to implement that, because as far as I guess they could copy the calculations.
Yeah.
Because the calculations can't be that tough. But they're going to have to keep up with all the 67 counties in Florida, because it's a Florida only thing.
Well, but every county is doing it for their own self, or one?
No, so each county has their own calculator, right? And because they have their own millage rates and their own exclusions and zones and all those kind of things. The state came out with the rule that any publicly facing website for real estate has to show the new taxes. So now Zillow or Redfin or my website, right, has to be able to calculate the taxes based on what the list price is, because it can't show. I mean, we put in the old taxes because that's the only data that we have.
Yeah.
Right. And it's going to change. And when it only went up by $300 or $400, it wasn't that big a deal.
Right.
There are people that buy a house that the current taxes are $2,000. They buy the house and it's $12,000.
Well, yeah, because it goes by the current value, not the past value.
Correct. And to save our homes, kept it down, and prices have gone up so much. So
except if you go to Highlands County, it doesn't go by sales. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a different world down there.
They just kind of make up a number.
But it's very, very low.
Oh, really?
It is very low. Yeah, they're very reasonable on that, and they don't have impact fees either.
Oh, wow. Which county?
Highlands.
Highlands.
Now, no one wants to live there anymore.
Right.
It was really good after COVID, because all those people who were priced out of Miami, that was one of their stops.
Oh, gotcha.
I learned flipping more down there because, go back to 1920, the iBuyers pushed me out. Right? Zillow buys, OfferPad.
Oh, yeah.
They were offering what I couldn't, so then I had to go to those tertiary markets.
Right.
Highlands County.
Yeah, a lot of people did, yeah.
But I was buying block homes, Tom, for $30,000. $30,000.
Yeah, that's.
Then I would get there and they'd be like, "Oh, this is a 3-2, 1,100 square feet or 900 square feet." I'm like, "This is not 900 square feet. They're 13." But because they didn't have to have permits for it.
Right.
And I was like, and then the county would come in, just do the footprint for you. Nope, you're $1,450 now. I was like, I love you guys. So my $30,000 at 1,000 went to $1,500 almost, and we were just buying the market up.
Wow.
Hey, but thank you for interviewing me today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Made my job easier.
Well, I hope so. And by all means, I appreciate you taking the time and giving me a little bit of education in the mobile home and modular space. Yeah. Definitely learned a lot.
And let's look at that lot in leisure area.
Leisure World.
Leisure World, that's it.
Leisure World, yeah.
Okay. Hey, everybody, in Layman Terms podcast. Sorry, the McNamara in Terms podcast today. We'll catch you next time. Thank you.